If it hasn't already gotten crazy for you, let me warn you, it will. But luckily, today I'm going to give you 7 hacks on how to survive the newborn phase. Let's get into it. Okay, so tip number 1 is give yourself permission to worry less. And when I say that, I mean you just had a baby, okay? Like, stop worrying about the laundry. Stop worrying about the dishes. Stop worrying about, I don't know, cleaning some random closet that you've been meaning to do for the last 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 months. Like, give yourself time to rest, okay? Having a baby's not easy. You've been pregnant for 10 months, you know? So, like, stop worrying so much, okay? Give yourself an opportunity to just be still and take a step back and give yourself a break. Just relax, okay? And be okay with it. It's fine. Okay, tip number 2 is sleep while the baby is sleeping. Yes, I know, like I said in tip number 1, you want to do the laundry, you want to do the dishes. You may even want to scroll TikTok or, get on Facebook and whatnot. But honestly, like, this is your opportunity to get some rest. And the nights are super choppy in the beginning. You might sleep for 2 hours and have to wake back up. You might sleep for 30 minutes and have to wake back up. You never know. So if you have a chance to get some sleep, do it, and don't feel bad about it. Let all those other things fall to the side. You'll have plenty of time, I promise, to catch up on all of those things. So give yourself an opportunity to get some rest, okay? It'll help with your healing. It'll help with your mind. Your overall well-being will improve by you getting rest, because everything when it comes to dealing with the baby primarily is on you. And so, if you're not in a good headspace because you're overtired or you're overstimulated, it's going to affect it. So just take some time for yourself and just don't feel bad about it. Okay, so number 3 is if you have a breastfed baby. So this may or may not apply to you, but it's worth mentioning. If you have a breastfed baby, you need to have Dawn Platinum Dish Soap at all times, okay? So when babies poop, and hopefully I'll put in a picture of it in this video, but when babies poop, they get this little nasty mustard colored poop in the beginning, and it just ruins all the cute little newborn outfits that you have. And so I don't know how I stumbled upon it. Maybe I was just trying to wash it out, but if you use Dawn Platinum, it gets it out. And I mean, like, as long as you don't let like the stain just sit there for like a whole day or something like that. But like, if you can, the sooner you can get to that stain and you put some Dawn on it, it's going to wash it out like it never even happened. So I kept that on hand as something that helped me save all the little cute outfits that I had. Okay, tip number 4. So this one is a little bit controversial. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out here. I am not a doctor. I am not a nurse. I'm working on actually being a licensed health professional, but right now I'm not. So when I say this, you do what is right for you, okay? All right? I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just sharing what worked for me. Now, with that being said, babies are best on back, correct? Yes, that's what you've always heard, or at least you may have heard. And so my babies hated being on their back. When they went to sleep, they would fuss, they would be swaddled up and, perfectly swaddled and fine. And that would last for a few minutes, but they would just punch their way out of it and then start crying all the time. And I was just like, you know what, this is not working, okay? I kept trying different swallow techniques, different swallowers, different ones that, oh, this one holds your baby this way, or this one doesn't restrict your baby, or the one that the baby stays like this all night. None of those worked for me. But I put my baby on their stomach, and they slept longer than they ever would on their back. I mean, it was crazy. Like, so I tried for months. I mean, like probably a whole newborn phase on their stomach for my firstborn. But none of my kids liked it. I'm sorry, on their back. And none of my kids liked it. And so, we tried it on their stomach and they just did. Now, again, my children showed signs of good head control where they can lift up and, they wouldn't smother themselves. We make sure we didn't have blankets, no bumpers or anything crazy in there. And you have to, it was kind of scary at first. You have to, watch your child and be like, oh, are they still breathing? You tap, yeah, okay, they're good. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Basically, it works for me and it may or may not work for you. And I'm not telling you to do it. I want you to do what's safe for you and your family. However, I'm just sharing with you that was my experience and your child might be like my child. And so, or my children, all three of them prefer being on their stomach. So give it a shot if you feel comfortable doing it. But I just want to help somebody out there. It may be for you too. So now, speaking of sleeping, tip number 5 is when you do have those late night sessions when the baby wakes up and you feed him, whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, keep the lights low. Okay, don't turn on your main light with 3 bulbs in it and super fluorescent. Don't do that. Not even a lamp if you can avoid it. Keep some kind of dim light in there that can help you see without having an accident or spilling things, just enough so that way that you can see what's going on to feed your baby and whatnot. And you don't want to fully wake them up. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Tip number 6 also goes hand in hand with tip number 4 and 5. So it is those outfits that you use that are cute. Some are button up, some are zipper. Definitely stick with the zipper outfits at night. The button ups are cute. Keep them. Use them in the daytime when you actually are alert and awake and you feel like snapping each little button, during the day. But at nighttime, you're trying to change that diaper. You unzip, you stick your leg back in there, you zip it right back up, and you guys get back to sleep. So that's my tip on that. It goes hand in hand with the lights and setting the mood for, restful sleep for both of you guys. So for those of you that don't know, I have 3 boys and my last 2 were 15 months apart. So it was quite a back-to-back situation. And so tip number 7 is you should baby wear. Now, I did baby wear my second and third born, but I didn't really baby wear my firstborn. And I should have, because that would have made things easier. But when you baby wear, a lot of times it keeps you hands-free when you're doing things. You can actually work out with a baby on you. If you just have to get things done, I'm the type of person that I can't stand for messes and whatnot to just be around. So I had to baby wear because it's I have a 1-year-old that needs to be tended to, and I have these dishes, and we need dishes, we need wash so that we can do this and cook and this and that and third. So baby wearing allows you to be hands-free, and it keeps your baby close. They feel comforted from you. So a lot of times babies are crying because they just want to be held. Well, sometimes you just can't hold a baby, but baby wearing allows you to hold that baby and still get stuff done. Also, a lot of times they fall asleep in there without you having to go through the effort of, let me put the baby to sleep. A lot of times I would be doing things and moving around, and I look down, I'm like, oh, the baby's asleep. And so, I continue doing whatever I was doing, and then I'd sit down with the baby on me, baby's knocked out, and then we both take a nap together sometimes. It's a beautiful thing. So I would definitely recommend getting some kind of baby wear apparatus that works for you. Okay, and now here is a bonus tip. This doesn't necessarily pertain to the newborn phase, but when it comes to feeding babies, so for my firstborn, I gave them homemade pureed foods that I blended up and whatnot, green beans and carrots and such. And that was fine, and they ate it a little bit. But what I noticed is that with my secondborn and my thirdborn, I didn't give them as many foods like that as I just gave them food from my plate. I didn't just sit there and give them a piece of fried chicken or gave them Alfredo. No, like if I had veggies on my plate, I would mash them up for them to, you know, whatever age it was appropriate. Give that to them. Make sure it didn't have too many heavy seasonings on it and whatnot when you're first introducing food. But eating from your plate eating from my plate helped my children to be less picky eaters. They weren't stuck on, oh, this is my food and that's your food. It was, this is the food we have at home and this is the food you will eat too. And so they were more willing and more open to try new foods. I feel like that my second and third born were more willing to try foods than my firstborn. So definitely do what's best for you. I know allergies exist. I know food restrictions and whatnot exist, and you know, whatever works and whatever you feel comfortable with. I know with your firstborn, a lot of times we're a little bit more buttoned up when it comes to trying new things, but it's just something to consider. And it worked for me, you know, with all three of my boys, but you know, my two boys primarily for this. So I hope that a lot of this information helped you, and I hope this will make your life easier when it comes to getting through the newborn phase. I promise you it's not going to last forever. It's just a season, and it's going to be gone, and then you're going to be like, what happened to my baby? And you know, you have those moments, but you'll be kind of glad that you're out of the weeds. So just hang on and do the best, communicate with whoever's helping with you and whatnot. And I will be sharing more information on things that help with motherhood, and I hope to see you guys around. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.